fan favorites for a Poconos summer, plus celebrating Pride Month with 2 of our Pocono mayors, and how to experience the big lake by boat and the trails by e-bike.
Traveling back in time 1,600 feet into the mountainside, plus a day in Jim Thorpe. Then grab your sneakers and bikes as we return to the D&L Trail. Hello everyone, welcome to the June edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine. I'm Brianna Strunk. It is summertime, so we are enjoying adventures both on and under the surface, from towns to mines to lakes. And here we are in the great outdoors at the beautiful and spacious Grants Woods at the Settlers Inn in Hawley.
Yeah, Brianna, perfect place to dine al fresco outside at one of these outdoor cabins, or have a cocktail by the campfire, just enjoying some of the fresh Poconos air. Also, this month, June, is Pride Month. We're celebrating gay pride all across the 4 counties of the Pocono Mountains. So on this episode, Chris and Deanna will be joining us in just a little bit.
Yes, but first, let's check out how the Poconos have been making the news lately. The ski slopes at Blue Mountain Resort in Palmerton have transformed into Pennsylvania's largest downhill mountain bike park with nearly 30 trails. It's part of the resort's full lineup of summer adventures, as shown by Fox 56 News, first at 10.
The Poconos are about 2 hours away from Philadelphia and under 3 hours from New York, and filled with some fantastic ways to have fun over the summer.
Emily Kaufman, the travel mom, highlighted the Pocono Mountains from Pocono Raceway to the Delaware and Lehigh Rivers and our indoor water parks on Tune In With Me on MeTV recently.
I like seeing guests in the morning. They're happy, I'm happy.
WNEP TV joined housekeepers at Skytop Lodge to learn the job. With 192 guest rooms, Skytop is always looking for more good help. Check PoconoMountains.com/jobs for more great hospitality jobs.
Summer in the Poconos simply cannot be beat. And this year, the calendar is jam-packed with events for the entire family.
NBC 10 Philadelphia highlighted all the fun our region has to offer this time of year, including music, multicultural festivals, county fairs, and the big NASCAR race weekend. More on all the summer fun in store coming up right now.
Hey, it's Jim Hamill, and summer is back here all across the Pocono Mountains, including in July. NASCAR returns to the Tricky Triangle here in Long Pond. Sure to be a great weekend, but so many other things to see and do, including Camelbeach's 25th anniversary, as well as big day outs planned on the river and along the river in the Jim Thorpe area. So let me tell you, these stands at the Tricky Triangle are going to be packed. NASCAR race weekend, July 21st through the 23rd, including for the Explore the Pocono Mountains 225. The sounds of summer are back, from the track to the big splash. Water parks, outdoor adventure, and some time on the farm are just a few faves for the season. Camelbeach is celebrating a quarter-century of wet and wild fun.
We're looking forward to some really big celebrations, some live music, some free promo giveaways throughout the summer, big fireworks on the 4th of July, and it's really memorializing 25 years of being here in the Poconos as the largest outdoor water park in Pennsylvania.
Camelback has mountain adventures and an indoor water park too. Camelbeach will have a great new way to race your friends down the mountain when it opens mid-June.
Rival Racer is a brand new, for this season, 8-track water slide. You'll be able to race your buddies down to the bottom of the slide, and we'll be able to track who comes in first.
Want to combine hiking, biking, and rafting? Pocono Whitewater and Pocono Biking invite you to the Big Day Out. Multiple dates this summer where you can pay one price and bike on the D&L Trail, hike to an overlook, then hit the rapids for 8 miles on the Lehigh River.
At the end of it, you're gonna be tired. Plan on being tired, but we celebrate with a bonfire and a free beer on us for everyone who's completed the Big Day Out.
That's why they call it the Big Day Out. And you get lunch, dinner, equipment, and trained guides to make sure you have a big experience.
You leave the cars behind. You leave all those other people behind. It's just you and the trail and the river. There's nothing like it.
Speaking of nothing like it, NASCAR at Pocono Raceway, July 21st through the 23rd. Sure to get your heart pounding and so much to see and do for families.
It's the 75th anniversary of NASCAR. It's the 50th anniversary of NASCAR here at Pocono Raceway. So 50 years of time, right? I mean, there's families that have been coming here for generations, and not just our fans. I mean, we're talking about some of the drivers
Right next door to the track is Pocono Organics, one of the largest regenerative organic farms anywhere, starting up opportunities to pick your own organic strawberries, flowers, and more.
We're all about educating the community with hands-on experiences here at Pocono Organics, from classes to clean food, dirty hands, educational opportunities for the kids.
Back at the track, new this season, a revamped paddock in Victory Lane, making the fan experience just that much better.
It's going to make it more fan-friendly. We're putting fans up on a platform. They're going to be able to look pit road, overlook the front stretch. Victory Lane is going to be more accessible for more people, so if your driver's that one that wins the trophy, you're going to be closer to them, part of the action.
Explore the Pocono Mountains this summer. Head to PoconoMountains.com/events to get all you need to plan a memorable summer experience. Jim Hamill reporting for the Pocono Television Network.
Stay tuned and I'll show you how to live your best lake life this summer.
Still to come on Pocono Mountains Magazine, June is Pride Month, so we'll introduce you to two mayors of small towns here in the Poconos from the gay community, and they have a great deal of pride for the communities which they serve.
This edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine is presented by St. Luke's Monroe Campus and East Stroudsburg University.
There are so many things to do in the Pocono Mountains every season. Fall, winter, spring, but some of my favorite things to do in the summer are right here on the lake. Today we're at Pocono Action Sports in Greentown, and we're gonna show you how you can have some fun on the lake this summer. So I'm here with Sam, Pocono Action Sports rental manager. So Sam, tell me a little bit about what you guys have to offer for everyone.
Sure, we have a ton of stuff to offer. We have pontoon boats, runabout boats, and fishing boats, as well as kayaks and paddle boards.
Oh, fun. Okay, and if someone's never rented a paddleboard or kayak or boat, like how does that work with you guys?
So it's very easy to rent with us. You can either rent online through our website, or we do have over-the-phone bookings as well. We do take walk-ins, but I always recommend for people to book ahead of time, just because it does fill up quickly over the summer.
Busy season.
Yep, exactly.
And then you guys will kind of help them go through the whole process if they've never done it before, safety-wise.
Yes, definitely. So safety is our #1 priority here at Pocono Action Sports. We take it very seriously. We follow all Coast Guard and Fish and Boat Commission requirements for safety as well. If they've never driven a boat before, what we do is we recommend getting a boater's license. It is Pennsylvania state law that people need to have a boater's license if they're born after January 1st, 1982. It's a quick, easy 4-hour course online, or they have in-person classes as well. If they show up that day and don't have a boater's license but need one, we do have a temporary licensing course as well that we go through. It does cover everything you need to know about boating. We do take about 20 minutes to go over everything on the boat with the renter, making sure they feel comfortable driving. We go over everything that they need to know for towing, tubing, swimming safety, life jacket safety, all of that we've got to cover.
Okay. And then for the paddleboarding and kayaking, you guys kind of help them through that too?
Safety information and stuff like that. There is also some paddleboard and kayak safety that the state requires, so we do go over all that as well.
And for people kayaking or paddleboarding, do you need to come with someone else? Can you come solo?
Yeah, so you can definitely come solo. You can come with other people. We have enough to accommodate a group of 10, whether that's kayaks and paddle boards, splitting them up between the two.
And for boats, how many people are allowed on each boat?
So our fishing boat is a max of 6 people, just due to its size. Our runabouts are also 6 people. Our pontoons range from 8 people to about 14.
So all this sounds like so much fun. Should we get out there?
Yes.
Okay, let's go try it.
Awesome.
I'm here with Bailey, assistant manager. So Bailey, we're gonna try kayaking right now. What are the things we need to know if we've never kayaked before?
So the things you're gonna wanna know are how to hold your paddle.
Okay.
You can see that they have a little bit of a bend in them, and you wanna let that help you. So you wanna make sure that those bends are facing you, not away.
Okay.
And when you go to get into your kayak, you wanna make sure that you're sitting in the seat and you're comfortable. And I would say the most important thing is just be confident and take your time in balancing yourself.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys, let's go try it. So now we're gonna try paddleboarding. Is there anything I need to know before I get on the board?
I would say the best thing to know before you get on the board is that you need to be confident to balance, and to be confident you need to be comfortable. So make sure that you adjust the height of your paddle. You can flick it open and adjust it. Normally, if you were putting it on the ground in front of you and you put it right to your forehead, you could snap it back in, and that's just about a good height.
Okay.
And we can just hop right on.
All right, let's go. So we're on one of the pontoon boats right now. How many people sit on this boat?
About 10 people sit on this boat.
So I know you guys rent and you also sell boats?
Yes, we do. So the boat that we're on is a Bennington pontoon. So it is one of our biggest manufacturers of pontoons across the United States, actually. We carry Hurricane, runabout boats, fishing boats, as well as Monterey. So we have 3 different brands that we carry. So we have a fully stocked showroom. We do used boat sales, new boats. We are a full service marina. Besides the rentals and the sales, we do also have a full service department as well. We have tubes, knee boards, paddle boards this year. We've got everything you could think of, life jackets. We also do have a full service gas dock. So we're here from about 8:30 in the morning till about 6 o'clock at night every day of the week.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I get to try the tube later. I'm excited for that. I had such a blast today with the team from Pocono Action Sports. We tried all the water activities they have to offer, and let me tell you, you're gonna wanna come check them out this summer. So for more information, go to PoconoActionSports.com and check them out on all social media platforms. I'm Deanna Fontanez for the Pocono Television Network.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Amanda, how are you?
Good, how's it going?
It's going well, thank you for asking.
Good.
Mayor Mike Marino is right at home in downtown Stroudsburg, saying hi to folks he knows and always wearing a big smile. One indicator of the immense pride he has in this town in the Pocono Mountains.
Being a part of the LGBTQ community, having pride here in the center of our town, and having young kids see that they don't have to go to New York or Philadelphia to experience a Pride Festival. They can come here. It's empowering for them. And now they can see someone who is like them as mayor.
Prior to his appointment to mayor in 2022, Marino was instrumental in starting Pocono Pride Fest 4 years ago. Since then, it's grown.
How it's blossomed to 3,000 or 5,000 people coming to the center of a town, with over 120 flags being raised in the borough of Stroudsburg.
At 30 years old, Mayor Marino is still on his professional and personal journeys. Given the way this community welcomes him and others in the LGBTQ community, pride is only a natural feeling.
Feels really good to hold my boyfriend's hand and just walk down the streets. It's just a wonderful feeling.
We wanted to highlight 2 of the small towns that have gay representation as mayors. We have Michael Marino in Stroudsburg, and right here in Milford, Mayor Sean Strube.
I'm sure we're the smallest municipality in Pennsylvania. We may be one of the smallest in the country to have its own LGBT center, the Triversity Center.
Mayor Sean Strube credits many before him for fostering inclusion and representation in local government. Compared to Mayor Marino's 7 months, Mayor Strube has held office for 7 years.
What I am proud of is what the gay community represents, the values that it promotes, respect, tolerance, inclusion. That gives me a lot of pride.
Mayor Strube champions Milford as a culturally vibrant town in the Poconos, and it is. Film and music fests, opera and authors. And Strube very much believes this has shifted the way young people see themselves fitting in here.
Now they see elected officials, business owners, faith leaders. They live in a community where they have role models. They never knew a time when they didn't have role models.
Over the years, Strube devoted his life to activism, causes related to the AIDS epidemic and others. And now hones in on his community, a source of pride to know it's, like Mayor Marino's, where he belongs.
I like small town living. I like knowing my neighbors. I like knowing that if we had a need or an emergency, there'd be people there for us.
We have such a diverse community, and you can see it within the arts here in our town. You can't go a single block without running into an art gallery. And when you go there, you can see all types of different expressions from all different communities. And I think that really is what breathes life into being prideful of where we live.
Jim Hamill for the Pocono Television Network.
A new way to adventure on two wheels in Carbon County, coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
On this edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine, we're gonna do something
At one of my favorite places.
That's right, so you'll find out what that is right after this.
For a warm welcome and refreshing wine, Three Hammers Winery really delivers.
The hops at 2nd District Brew Farm are grown right here.
Bright Path Brewing is a small town craft brewery with a big flavor. Your trail awaits you. Make it whatever you want. Wineries, breweries, or distilleries.
I've always wanted to craft a trail.
Of course you do. Visit PoconoBeverageTrail.com. Where are we going today, Chris?
Well, I want to take you to your favorite place.
Jim Thorpe?
That's right, but I also want to take all of you along with us for a great day in Jim Thorpe.
Wow, this is beautiful. We're at the Inn at Jim Thorpe on Broadway, and this gives the best view of this classic slice of Americana.
It's just so gorgeous, you just want to stand here all day and drink it in, right?
I know, me too. So, Chris, you're the historian, so let's give everyone a quick history of Jim Thorpe.
Well, Jim Thorpe was originally titled Mock Chunk, but in 1954, the town decided to honor Jim Thorpe, who is considered the greatest athlete of the 20th century. They named the town after him.
So over the past 20 years, this town has been enjoying a renaissance. There's so much to do here. So Chris, I have an idea.
Well, what?
Why don't we divide and conquer and we'll meet up at the end of the day?
Great idea.
All right, see you later.
Okay.
I love shopping for things that I can't get in a mall. And Jim Thorpe has just that. Boutiques like this one, Trend and Source. This store sells unique items from local artists and fair trade organizations. Everything from home goods to stylish jewelry and pottery. You won't walk out of here empty-handed.
This is the world's biggest train set, and it's run by the Reading, Blue Mountain, and Northern, and we're going to take a look at it. This train takes you on a scenic 70-minute round-trip tour of the Lehigh River and the beautiful countryside. Plus, you can bring your own bike or rent one in Jim Thorpe and get off at the end of the trail and ride back to town on an easy slope trail. It's great fun for the whole family, and a new route has been added, so check it out.
Jim Thorpe is rich in historic buildings that are now transformed into trendy businesses like this one, the Marion Hose Bar. This historic firehouse has been renovated into a bar that serves one-of-a-kind drinks and classic fare.
Jim Thorpe is so rich in history, so much so that an 1870s period film was shot right here, the Molly Maguires. We're in the old jail. Built in 1871, it became infamous, relating to the social issues during that time. A group of coal miners called the Molly Maguires revolted against the coal companies. They were arrested and tried for their violent confrontations. 4 of the group were hanged here at this jail. But one of the most intriguing artifacts cannot be easily explained, and it's right here in this cell. A Molly claimed his innocence and put his hand on this cell wall. He said as long as he was innocent, his handprint would remain here. Well, you can come here and see it for yourself. The handprint is still on the wall.
So after shopping and touring the town, I'm getting really hungry. Let's go meet Chris for some food.
Hey, how was your day?
Amazing. So we just showed you some of the things you can do in Jim Thorpe.
And there's so much more. Whitewater rafting for the entire family, Mock Chunk Lake Park is a beautiful place to relax.
The number 9 mine takes you into a real coal mine to experience what it was like for miners digging out anthracite.
Or the Asa Packer Mansion, especially if you love history like I do.
Plus, we have lots of local breweries and distilleries that make top-notch beverages.
And here at the Inn at Jim Thorpe, they have an incredible menu.
Chris, did you know that this is one of the most haunted hotels in Pennsylvania?
You mean like the jail? That's for another day. Let's just order.
Okay. There are virtually hundreds of these neat nooks and crannies to explore all over the Pocono Mountains.
If you want more information, go to PoconoMountains.com. And as always, thanks for watching PTN.
We'll see you soon for another day adventure.
Now let's see. What do I like the?
I like the beaks too.
Hey guys, Deanna Fontanez here from the Pocono Television Network. Today I'm at the Hufford Mill in Whitesport, where you can get great food, a good cup of coffee. But today, I'm here for a little different adventure. I'm here to check out Bronson E-Bikes. So let's go inside and see what they have for us. This is Gary, owner of Bronson E-Bikes. Gary, thanks for having us.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the business, how it started, where you got the idea for electric bike.
I found an electric bike on Marketplace, and I got it. It was it's like a chopper-looking bike, and I thought it was really cool.
I was gonna say, it sounds cool.
I went and got it, and I tried it, and I knew nothing about it. And I was like, wow, this is fun. It started like that, and I have a truck wash down in Allentown. I started seeing that you could get foldable bikes, and we're like, wouldn't it be great if truck drivers could take these bikes, fold them up, and put them in there and not have to worry about eating at the same place all weekend long because they're stuck there, and explore a little bit with a bicycle. Pretty soon I came up to my hometown, the D&L Trail's up here. It was perfect to get to Jim Thorpe, and we tried it and we liked it, and we're like, this is it. And then we come up with the idea, maybe renting them out, and let's see how that works, where now you don't have to drive into Jim Thorpe. You can actually park here, get on a bike, go into Jim Thorpe. Now they can actually go up there, they can explore the town, they can actually go up to the state park above Jim Thorpe, all kinds of scenery, just enjoy the day on a bike.
Yeah, I'm new to electric bikes, so I'm very excited to learn about them and to try them out today.
Yeah.
So Bronson's is a family-run business, and this is Travis, Gary's nephew. He's a whole jack of all trades, so he's gonna show me today about rentals.
So we have bikes to rent for all different sizes and experience levels. All the bikes that we do rent are more entry-level bikes, obviously because we're using them for the D&L Trail, that they are set up for, you know, to maintain the speeds that are allowed on the trails and stuff like that, and people just to get experience.
So does it matter if I have experience, I don't, height, weight, size, like does that all matter?
I mean, you need to know how to ride a bicycle, right? Because it is, essentially they are bicycles, they just have the assistance of an electric motor.
Okay.
So there is a little bit of a learning curve, but for most people, it's generally pretty quick, and people really enjoy it. And I don't think I've ever had somebody be like, that's not for me. I've had other people with pedal bikes say, I'll never ride an e-bike until they ride one. And I'm like, wow, it's really cool.
So you're going to ruin my pedaling bike for me.
It probably. This is an example right here of our rental bikes. So you're going to see a lot of them. We have step-throughs, make it a lot easier to get on and off of them. Try to have it covered for everybody to fit. You do have to be 16 years old to rent an e-bike in Pennsylvania. So, you know, most 16-year-olds are pretty close to done growing. So we'll try to get you on a bike that fits the best.
So there's something for everyone.
There's something for everyone.
So I think I'm ready to try it.
Awesome. Here we go.
When the weather's nice, one thing I love to do is to get on a bike and get out on the trails. Enjoy nature, the sun, breathe in the fresh air. Wow, Gary, that was so fun. I never thought an electric bike could be so easy. I mean, there's definitely a learning curve. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you did wonderful.
Thanks for taking me out, showing me the trails. It was a beautiful ride.
Beautiful
if
day.
people want to check you guys out, how to rent, what you guys are all about, where can they check you guys out?
BronsonEbikes.com, and then and we're here at the Hufford Mill. You'll find us on Facebook. You'll find us on our website, and of course here in Whitesport, Pennsylvania, a couple miles south of Jim Thorpe.
All right, well, thank you again. And I'm Deanna Fontanez from the Pocono Television Network.
We've headed about 1,600 feet into the mountainside. Find out why we're here, coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
Heading back out on the D&L Trail with George and Connie Roberts. That adventure is still ahead on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
Agritourism is alive in the Poconos. Be sure to check out the Honey and Blueberry Festival for weekends full of honey tasting, blueberry picking, and beekeeping.
Today we are traveling 1,600 feet into the mountainside, back in time to when coal was king. Let's go meet up with our tour guide, Darrell, a fourth-generation coal miner himself, and go check it out.
And this tunnel here was started in 1900. This is a staging area for the cars.
Welcome to the number 9 coal mine and museum in Lansford, the country's oldest coal mine open for tours and the world's longest continuously operated deep anthracite coal mine. On the hour-long tour, you'll see history preserved and authentically presented unlike any other. Check out the original mine shaft, narrow muleways, these steep steps coal miners climbed to reach vertical veins, plus the underground hospital where they were treated.
It's not a hospital in the proper sense, simply a concrete room that was there as a first aid station for men who would be injured or perhaps killed in the line of work.
Number 9 operated from 1855 to 1972. Then the mine was abandoned for 20 years until a nonprofit called Panther Creek Valley Foundation took over in 1992. Artifacts left inside the mine are now on display, seen by visitors from 38 countries and counting.
It took 7 years to get it safe enough for the first tours in May of 2002, and we've been going ever since.
Our tour guide, Darrell, is fueled by the opportunity to share his heritage and educate others about the industry he, his father, grandfather, and great-grandfather dedicated their lives to. The conditions took hard work, grit, and lives. At least 67 workers died in this mine alone, the youngest just 15 years old. But for many, the risk was worth the reward.
This was the main fuel of the Industrial Revolution in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This is the fuel that powered the cities of Philadelphia, New York, Boston, drove steam engines that were used in the factories in these major locations, and provided stable employment for the men coming over from the old country to settle here in the United States.
They ultimately landed in Lansford and other coal towns around northeastern Pennsylvania, home to the country's largest known anthracite deposits.
And that's kind of the cycle they were stuck in, was you worked for the company, you lived in a company-owned home, and you bought things from the company in the company store system.
Once it was time to venture back to daylight, Darrell decided to put me to work. From the mine to the museum. Thousands of artifacts, including workers' personal items, are housed inside the former wash shanty, which served as a locker room for the coal miners. Notice these baskets lining the museum ceiling, which dried wet clothes overnight.
Mines were required to provide wash facilities for the men. In our case here, this building was built in 1912. It was built to service 500 men. So you'd have a day shift and a night shift, obviously not 500 here at once.
Although the coal mining industry still exists, now mostly for global steel production, current conditions are much safer. Yet visitors appreciate this deep dive back in time.
We were looking for something very interesting for our grandson and his wife to do while they're visiting from Illinois. And so we had quite a list of things to do, and today was the time to come to see the number 9 coal mine. We took the ride on the train as well in Jim Thorpe, and we enjoyed that as well.
The number 9 coal mine and museum is open seasonally from April through the end of November. Be sure to wear closed-toed shoes And bring a light jacket because the mine is about 50 degrees year-round. It's also a great place to cool off in the summertime. With the Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk. Coming up, grab your sneakers and bikes as we head back to the D&L Trail for part 2 of the 3-part series with George and Connie Roberts.
The team that we have put together of sport performance coaches and athletic trainers is why parents should choose St. Luke's University Health Network for their sport performance needs.
St. Luke's and our coaches are going to provide the safest and most comprehensive training environment that a student athlete would want. And I don't think there's anything in this area that can rival it.
One of the crown jewels of the Pocono Mountains are our phenomenal trails. And the second portion of a series that we've done on the D&L is coming right at you now with George and Connie Roberts.
The same mine-to-market route that anthracite coal once took via the Lehigh and Delaware Canals and the Lehigh Valley Railroad now welcomes walkers, bicyclists, runners, and other outdoor enthusiasts. The D&L Trail travels through 5 counties in eastern Pennsylvania for a total of 165 miles from Wilkes-Barre to Bristol. It's a network of canals, towpaths, railroad tracks, and right-of-ways.
All sections of trail that are possible are built along canal towpath or on historic railbed. Sometimes it's rail with trail, like through Jim Thorpe, where you're riding along beside an active railway. All of it is following that transportation route, and that's really what dictates where we build it.
The D&L Trail follows the same path used to ship coal from mines in northeast Pennsylvania to the shipping yards in Philadelphia.
This is a rail trail that came out of the industrial age, and now we're riding recreationally on a trail that was a workhorse of the Northeast, 150, 200 years ago.
You can walk, run, or bike the trail. The surface is made up of mostly crushed stone and packed dirt with a few paved sections.
Like many of these rail trails, they were built specifically or rebuilt specifically to be bicycle trails.
It is narrower in the canal sections and wider in the rail trail areas.
The D&L Trail is 365 days a year. We do say that there's a busier trail season from April through October or so, but I highly encourage people to use it year-round, like I said, with winter activities, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing. Most of the landowners do have a rule, though, that it is open dawn to dusk.
I like it all times of year. Actually, I've been here in the winter when it was 20 below and there wasn't anybody here, so I don't know, I just enjoy it for all seasons. It's a good place for all seasons.
During the summer, it can get very busy, but once the kids get back to school, I'm retired, so it's a great time to get out and ride.
We meet up with other families we know, with my daughter's friends and their families, and we go for a walk about once a week when the weather's nice.
I have bicycled in 28 countries around the world. This is a world-class trail in our backyard.
As we continue our look at the 37-mile section of the D&L Trail that runs through the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania, this video will focus on traveling from Jim Thorpe south to the Lehigh Gap.
It's an ideal place to get out in the world of nature here.
Jim Thorpe is a great trail town with plenty to see, things to do, and places to stay. Many people use Jim Thorpe as a starting point to travel north to Whitehaven or south towards Slatington and the Lehigh Valley. Leaving Jim Thorpe south, you'll cross the new Mansion House Bridge that spans the Lehigh River. For the next 6 miles, you'll be following the Lehigh River, where you might catch kayakers and even fishermen. There are many beautiful sights to see along this stretch of the D&L Trail.
Below Jim Thorpe to the canal, the towpath, that's a little bumpier. That was the mule-drawn, canal boat towpath.
In some areas, you'll have canals on your left and the river on your right. Be courteous, as the trail can get narrow here in spots. There are also a couple of water hazards you can travel through, or use the elevated bridge to get around it.
Here we are at mile marker 102.
This happens to be the Weisport-Lehigh Canal Park in Carbon County. This trailhead is in the town of Weisport. Here you'll find shops offering food, ice cream, and activities.
Weisport is very unique in what it provides to trail users. There's a really great shop called Chantilly Goods where you can stop and pick up some old-time ice cream and a milkshake. I know a lot of trail riders in this area love Chantilly Goods. Mario's Pizza is real close to the trail itself, so a great place to pick up any pizza or Italian meal, as well as the Hufford Mill. So if you're looking to stop in Weisport, there's great options for food. A lot of those places have entertainment as well, so you can kind of take a moment off of the bike or off of the trail itself and just kind of relax a little.
There's also a park in the center of town. If you're riding your bike, understand the roads are busy with plenty of traffic.
You definitely want to be a pretty avid road cyclist, just to make sure you know the rules of the road and you're kind of keeping your eyes out for cars.
And while you're there, check out the Perryville Spur. It's located across the street from the trailhead. Go through a gravel parking lot toward a yellow gate. This is a 2-mile dirt towpath with views of the canal. However, you cannot easily access the town of Perryville from this spur. To continue south on the D&L Trail, you'll need to cross the river into the town of Lehighton. Here's how to do it. Leaving the Weisport trailhead, you will turn right onto Bridge Street. This is a short section of road shared with vehicles that crosses the Lehigh River. In order to get to the next portion of the trail, make your first right onto a short downhill paved path. Be careful, as this is a steep grade down to Lehigh Drive. Making a left here is a spur to downtown Lehighton about a mile long. On the way, you'll pass an outdoor adventure center before you come to a T in the road. The Lehighton trailhead is in front of you with portable bathrooms. To get into Lehighton, make a left onto North Main Lane. You will cross Route 209 here and continue straight uphill for a block until you come into Lehighton. Here you will find many restaurants and shops in the downtown area, which is an easy walk off the Lehighton spur of the D&L Trail. There's also a beautiful park right there where you can relax.
Right up on First Street, there are plenty options, including Bonnie and Clyde's. So a lot of great food options right here, right off the trail in Lehighton.
To return to the D&L Trail from Lehighton, you'll need to travel south on Lehigh Drive past the paved path you used from Bridge Street. Lehigh Drive will eventually end, and you'll be back on a gravel path. This will continue your journey along the Lehigh River. On the way, you'll pass under the twin bridges of the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
4 miles south of Lehighton, you come to Bowmanstown.
We're in the Marvin Gardens Trailhead. This is a spot where you can access the Lehigh River. Here, the D&L Trail crosses Route 895 in order to continue, but you can make a left onto Route 895 and cross the bridge into the Bowmanstown area for a quick bite to eat. Continuing south from the Marvin Gardens Trailhead, you'll cross Route 895 onto Riverview Drive. You'll share this road for 0.8 of a mile to the East Penn Boat Launch Trailhead at mile marker 97. Just a mile south of Bowmanstown, we reach Riverview Park.
There's a campground here that makes it a great overnight stay.
The Riverview Park Campground has river access. As mentioned before, camping is not allowed along the D&L Trail, except at a couple of designated areas, this being one of them. The facilities are maintained by East Penn Township and campsites must be reserved through the municipality. There's also a solar device charging station in the far end of the parking lot. If you'd like to know more about the anthracite region of the D&L Trail, pick up a trail map and guide or use the interactive trail map on the D&L website or app.
The D&L Trail Friendly Business Program really is a way for the community to come together and promote the businesses while welcoming trail users into those businesses.
The towns along the D&L Trail understand the benefits of having the trail and catering to those who use it.
We have looked at how trail users impact the economy in and around where a trail like the D&L is located, and it's only good things happening for the communities around them.
There are trail-friendly businesses in each town that welcome hikers and bikers.
The trail users not only need food and drinks, places to stop while they are utilizing the trail. A lot of times they're looking for rest areas. Maybe they're going to stay overnight, so an Airbnb or a hotel is always convenient. But they're going to stock up on the things that they have with them, such as water, Gatorade, some nature bars, things like that.
Towns such as Jim Thorpe, Lehighton, and Weisport offer lodging, food, bicycle repair, medical help, and more.
We know that these trail riders, while they're using the trails, are important, but also they're exploring new places. And they're going to come back and they're going to bring their families back. If you're spending the day on the trail, you might be a little dirty, you might be a little sweaty. You know that you're welcome inside that business, whether it's the candy shop, the restaurant, or again, a place to fill up your water bottle.
Remember, not all trailheads are in areas with easy access to amenities.
Some of them are places like a park that has multiple things you can do there. Some of them are simply a few parking spots, access onto the trail, and you're traveling from there. They range in having bathrooms and restrooms at some, water fountains at some, other things that you can do. But trailhead is generally meaning that it's an access point, somewhere you can go park and get on and off the trail.
Consult guidebooks and maps for more details. Those using the D&L Trail are asked to keep it clean.
It's a take your trash with you, find a trash can at a trailhead, so pick up the litter.
Along the trail, there are great opportunities for you to grab a trash bag, pick up after your dog, and throw it in the garbage.
Carry your trash to trailheads where there are trash receptacles.
We would encourage anyone that's interested in supporting the D&L to become a member. Membership benefits provide access to the Josiah White II canal boat rides, the National Canal Museum, and access to the archives. So if people are interested in special events along the trail and at the museum, membership is a great way to support the organization and help this heritage area continue to expand our reach.
Hi everyone, it's Jim Hamill, and this D&L Trail is something special, isn't it? We're going to have more on the D&L Trail coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine after this.
East Stroudsburg University. Dozens of degree opportunities, taught by exceptional faculty. Exciting campus life and the beauty of the Poconos. ESU, where everything you want is closer than you think.
Welcome back to Pocono Mountains Magazine. Now let's head back to the D&L Trail with George and Connie Roberts as they continue their journey.
The D&L Trail offers much beauty and breathtaking views, but it's also the home to many animals, birds, insects, and plants.
The D&L Trail is in a great location to see wildlife. We're right along the Lehigh River for the most part on the D&L Trail. Sections of the Lehigh Canal still exist along the trail. Runs alongside the Kittatinny Ridge, which is an important migration route for birds and other wildlife. So good chance you'll see some really interesting things at various parts along the trail. Pretty much the only wildlife that you'll usually see crossing the trail is reptiles like turtles and snakes. That's what we usually see around here.
Time of day and time of year will determine what wildlife you may see on the trail.
Earlier and later in the day are the better times to see things. When it's really hot out, especially in the summertime, wildlife is generally less active. Spring is a great time to see reptiles and amphibians, birds. Porcupines we see pretty much year-round. Scary looking animal, but very, very calm. They don't project their quills through the air or anything like that. A lot of people think that they can shoot their quills like arrows, but they can't. So as long as you don't touch the porcupine, you're safe.
While the trail is safe, it's not uncommon to encounter wildlife. Experts advise you to leave animals alone and keep your distance.
If you see wildlife, look at it from a distance, but leave it alone. Most animals at least try to defend themselves. In some cases that means they will bite back, in the case of snakes, for example.
Bears will usually stay away from humans. However, you may cross paths with them if they don't hear you.
If you see bears, they're gonna leave you alone more likely than not, unless you cornered a cub or something like that, which is a pretty rare situation. They're usually gonna go away from you. You'll rarely be in a situation where you'll be threatened by a bear. If it does happen, just don't make eye contact, back away slowly, and things should be okay.
Snakes are another possibility, but rare unless you walk off the trail. There are 2 varieties that can be dangerous.
We only have 2 venomous species in this area here, one of which you're more likely to see on the D&L Trail, which is the copperhead. Even rattlesnakes, copperheads, they don't go out of their way to attack a person. They're just defending themselves if they feel threatened. Again, as with other wildlife, just don't touch the wildlife and the snakes will leave you alone.
The biggest wildlife problem on the D&L Trail is ticks. It's always a good idea to use an insect repellent with DEET and to wear proper clothing.
As long as you don't wander off the D&L Trail, you shouldn't have to worry about ticks, but you know, sometimes you might step off the trail into some higher grass. So ticks are actually probably the most dangerous type of wildlife that we have around here, to be honest. Yeah.
Plants can also be a problem if you're allergic to them. It's a good idea not to venture off the trail because poison ivy and poison sumac can be found in most areas of the trail.
Leaves of 3, let it be, because poison ivy has leaflets, 3 leaflets in a bunch. So leave that alone, and hairy vine, scary vine is the other phrase for poison ivy because it has a hairy vine that it uses to climb trees and other structures.
The D&L Trail goes through several different climates, which will give you a variety of wildlife and vegetation.
There's some areas where you'll see open grassland. You might see some wildlife that's unique to that kind of habitat in those places. For the most part, it's forested. You have riparian forests alongside the Lehigh River where you'll see certain species that tend to grow near water. So you'll see river birches and things there. Around here, upslope, as you get onto the mountain, you'll see some of our native hardwoods that grow in the Kittatinny Ridge and the Appalachians. You'll definitely see different species as you go along, especially if you're biking a long distance on the D&L Trail. Look out for those changes. It's really interesting because different types of trees will bring different wildlife too.
I think it's great for folks to understand that the D&L Trail is really the spine of the National Heritage Corridor. The D&L National Heritage Corridor is one of 55 heritage areas in the country. We are designated by Congress, so we have federal legislation that denotes that we are a nationally significant area, and I think it's important for residents to realize that significant history that we have and be proud of it. The region is amazing, and we are really glad that we can work with so many partners to connect the industrial heritage, the economic development, the health and wellness, and the outdoor recreation and nature and the environment.
The D&L Trail is a multi-use trail designed for hikers, walkers, bikers, runners, and in some sections, horses and snowmobiles. While walking or jogging on the D&L Trail is the easiest way to use it, you can take in more of what the trail has to offer by seeing it from a bicycle.
No matter what day of the week you walk, it's wonderful, and there's always someone or something new that you see.
It's scenic. It's a nice ride. It's level in a lot of places. It's got a lot of history. I love looking at the historical markers that they have here.
You can cover a lot of miles and see things you wouldn't be able to walk to in under an hour. So what type of bicycle should you use on the D&L Trail?
Most popular bike here on the D&L is a hybrid bike. And it's kind of a cross between, it wouldn't be quite a mountain bike, but it wouldn't be totally a cruiser bike. It's just efficient, comfortable, and nice to be on all day.
Besides the bicycle itself, you want to take along some other items like food and drink, a cell phone, a small bicycle repair kit, and of course, wear a helmet.
Anything could happen on the trail. We don't see too many injuries, but you never know what could happen, and having a helmet prevents anything serious. In addition, today's modern helmets have visors on them, and it also offers sun protection.
There is trail etiquette when biking, such as riding on the right and passing on the left.
When you're on the trail, you definitely want to stay as single file as you can. Of course, when you're in a big straightaway and you want to be next to your friends, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're keeping good visibility and making sure no one's coming towards you. So that's a big deal. Just like driving a car, you're staying on the right-hand side, and if you pull over to look at a waterfall, an animal, just pull your bike off to the side of the trail and make sure it's not in the middle of the trail.
You should also use verbal signs as you get into areas with more bikes.
If you're encountering other riders, whether they're in front of you and you're riding behind them, or they're coming at you, if you're riding up towards a rider, you say biker back. It lets them know that you're behind them and that you're going to pass them. You could always give them the hey, passing on your left, which is pretty traditional, or if you have a rider coming up towards you and maybe the person behind you might not see them, you just yell biker up. It lets the people behind you know that there's someone coming up on them.
A common question is, how long does it take to get somewhere on a bicycle?
How long does it take is a common question, and it's almost when people come and they're biking, they know how long it takes to drive from this place to that place. So a bike, you slow it down, and then you might see so many things along the way, because every mile of the trail is beautiful.
Most people bike at about 8 miles per hour. Of course, you'll be slower if you stop a lot to view the scenery or take a break.
There are certainly people that are ultra fit out there with really fancy, nice bikes. They might be going 20 miles an hour. And now with the introduction of e-bikes, they're governed at 20 miles an hour, so that's about as fast as they'll travel. So you will see people riding up to that speed, but that's pretty uncommon. And the folks that are riding at that speed are seasoned vets. They know to look out for folks, and they're out there, they're being as safe as possible.
When riding a bike, you need to be aware of people walking, jogging, and other cyclists, especially around trailheads.
That's a good point. When you get close to trailheads, the traffic on the trail does pick up. But the good thing is it kind of naturally causes the riders to slow down a little bit as you see more people. And that's where you commonly see kids and stuff. And most people, they see the kids, they see people, they just slow down a little bit and know that a trailhead's near.
Biking on the trail is safe as most surfaces are packed dirt, stone, or paved.
The D&L is a super, super safe trail. We run thousands of people down it a year, and anywhere from little kids running 25 miles to adults that maybe haven't been out riding in 25 years and just wanted to have a nice day.
You can get tips from cycle shops on which areas to bike depending on what you want to see or experience.
We go through a safety talk with them about trail etiquette and passing and how to safely travel on the trail. We also go over what to expect on the trail while you're out there, whether that's to see waterfalls, animals, what to do in that situation, and kind of what direction's best to travel.
When people come to us with an open mind, what should I do today? I've never ridden a bike before. Then we'll send them on the easier surface because there's no car crossings. So we ask a lot of questions of people when they come in and try to help them decide where to go. That's the best experience for them.
Remember to follow these general guidelines when biking on the D&L Trail. Be friendly. A smile, wave, or hello can go a long way. Be courteous. Respect other trail users regardless of their mode, speed, or level of skill. Be predictable. Travel in a consistent and predictable manner. Be careful. Be in control and paying attention, especially at pinch points or intersections. Give an audible warning before passing. Ring a bell or say on your left. Try not to startle. Sometimes areas on the D&L Trail need to be worked on, so detours may be in place.
The D&L provides some suggestions on detours when we can. If someone's calling and asking me where can I take my kids with a stroller and a Strider bike and trying to learn, I would never want to suggest these on-road detours. So we can work with people on an individual basis to help them figure out the best route for their abilities and their interests.
You can find out more about detours on the trail by visiting delawareandlehigh.org/map. Hope you enjoyed this segment of the D&L Trail.
On our next segment, we'll explore the Slatington and Walnut Port regions as we head south into the Lehigh Valley.
And that's just a look at all the summer fun ahead, from the D&L Trail to Lake Wallenpaupack and the big NASCAR race weekend coming up. Make sure to get your tickets on PoconoRaceway.com.
And don't forget about the July episode of Pocono Mountains Magazine, where we'll be kicking off the fair and festival season. But before we leave the June episode, how about some great shots from the great Pocono Raceway Air Show? Thanks for watching.